What's up, guys? SpencerTFT here, back for another VOD review. Today, rank 1 North America, SpencerTFT. He's looking at a golden quest cash out for whatever reason. But Spencer, you know, I can move my cam here so you can see his scores in this stream. 1500 LP. It's so hard to do that well when you are that high elo, and you know he's absolutely smurfing it on ladder, and obviously he's rank 1. I think he was the first person to hit Challenger in North America. I think we talked about that when he was the first there. So yeah, we have kind of half of a shapeshifter opener, half of a multi-striker opener. It'll be interesting to see. Okay, so he does value the multi-strikers a little bit. We'll see if he would rather play around maybe shapeshifters here. He's got the Shivana in shop that he might want to look at, but you know, I'm interested to see Spencer's priority here. And also I got to see that he played a comp this game that's pretty interesting. Okay, so yeah, he sells the Akali here to hold shapeshifters, and he's gonna hold Ari here as well for potentially an Ari opener. Okay, first augment here, Slammin', what doesn't kill you, and big gains. We have a pretty weak early board, so I'm not against what doesn't kill you here. It's a good loss streak augment. Big gains you'll never take in this position. Slammin', good if you want to play more of the win streak, but we just don't really have that much of a board for it right now. So I think I lean what doesn't kill you here. You aren't forced to slam anything. Slammin', I mean, I would be okay slamming something like a Redemption, a Sunfire Vow. Any of these slams are fine. The issue is just we don't have a unit that they actually like really do well on, so I kind of would rather loss streak in this spot. Frosty Frontline here, we see a couple of people with Renon's augment, it looked like. So honestly, Frosty Frontline might not even be that bad, but then you kind of have to commit to Frosty Frontline. So yeah, I don't really like that. And yeah, okay, we are going to take this what doesn't kill you augment, probably make 10 gold here, and then just play a pretty weak board, keeping the idea open of potentially playing Ari. Yeah, this makes sense. We have a tier that this could definitely like be an Ari game. Also, we might kill this Lilia here. Boom, big kill there. Only a 2-unit loss here is fantastic. But yeah, like in this position, ooh, almost a 1-unit loss, which would have been insane. But yeah, we get to hold on to the Ari, we get to hold on to the Lilia pair as well. Scatter around the lobby, so there's that Renon's player. We'll see what they end up actually being in. Zap attack player. The full sell here I think makes a lot of sense. You still get to make gold here, and he just wants to guarantee this loss streak, right? No reason not to full open in a lot of these early fights. If you lose your loss streak here, it's going to hurt a lot, and it's very, very unlikely, especially, I mean, like, look at this board that we're fighting here. We're never going to kill this guy with a Warmogs onto the Vex here, so kind of no diff in winning, or in you know, fielding a board versus fielding no board. Holding on to right now looks like the Ashe. I don't know, maybe I would hold on to the Elise over the Ashe, but it doesn't really matter. And it looks like none of these people are going to full open into us to try to grief our loss streak, which is good. This is something that you should do when you take an augment like this, and I think it's very smart that Spencer did this, is when he was about to take this augment, he scattered around the lobby and saw, is anyone else playing like a loss streak augment? Because if there's like a fortune favor that's a bold player, if there is a double down player in this lobby, then it becomes a lot. Ooh, wait, that is a big call from Spencer here. Hui Rumble in shop, and he actually opts to buy them both. Wow, we're gonna lose a full gold for doing this, but the idea is this will help us play a stronger board, and maybe it's a Hui roll game. Wow, that is crazy to me. I was looking at Rod here, and it looks like we might eventually go for the Rod. Yeah, looks like we are gonna go for the Rod here. I mean, if we want to play Hui, Rod into like a Morello's is fine. If we want to play, I mean, Morello is just a very, very flexible AP item, right? So you can play most things with it. Ooh, Crystal Ball looks really, really nice here. Okay, interesting. So we end up just holding on to this Hui. Maybe Spencer rates Hui reroll decently high, or maybe he just wanted to try it out this game. This game was a little bit earlier into the patch, so maybe that's his ideas. Like, oh, maybe Hui reroll's broken, because he spent a gold to hold one Hui. It's kind of wild to me. I don't know. I don't know if I agree with it, but in any case, we are keeping our 4-loss streak here. Almost no way that our streak is going to be broken here unless somebody decides to full open for us. We get our sword here, which is pretty good. This gives us Shojin Morello as our potential slams. And with those items, you can kind of flex it to everything, right? We could play a Hui game from Shojin Morello. We could play a Rise game from Shojin Morello. We could play a Karma game from Shojin Morello. Interesting. Once again, wow, we're going to opt to hold on to these units. It's not going to kill anything, but it gives us the optionality. So twice now, Spencer has opted to lose a gold to hold on to units that potentially, right, we can play around. He even slammed Tier onto Soraka here, which I don't completely get. I mean, the idea probably is that he's afraid that he might lose to Krugs, but I don't think we need to do all this. Like, I don't think holding these bards is really that relevant towards us not losing to Krugs. Like, this board would have been fine regardless. In like worst case, we can slam a Morello, but I think Spencer wants to not slam here. And yeah, he's doing a lot of scouting to try to figure out what lines are open, what he can play this game. There's a Vex in shop. I expect us to hold that, but no? Huh. I think you could be open to a Veigar line here, but it looks like he's not open to that in this situation. I mean, I don't hate Shojin Morello Crown Guard as just our slams, especially like if we were playing towards Veigar, it'd be like Shojin, probably Death Cap, and then you just look for other you know, like tank items out of the Sunfire components. You probably don't slam Sunfire because you don't really want a tank item like that onto Vex. You want just like real pure tank items. But hey, we lose another fight here. We don't have much in the terms of synergies to tailor for like good augments here, like blaster augments and stuff. Not amazing. High voltage combat bandage heroic. I like high voltage here. This also allows us to slam more out of our AP items, Shojin, Morello, Crown Guard, and then you just have high voltage that guarantees your MR shred. And the other two are just kind of meh. Yeah, I mean, we're not taking Trait Tracker here, 3-2. I mean, if Spencer does take Trait Tracker here, he is the god of TFT. But yeah, there is no way we're going for that. We can level to 6 here. We can even level to 7 if we wanted, but it's a little bit presumptuous, preemptive-tuous as well. And yeah, we're gonna make the Shojin here. Gonna make the Death Cap. Okay, so no Morello. We're gonna make the Death Cap slam instead of Morello, and then not slam a Sunfire here. So hold on to each of these components. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I kind of liked Shojin Morello Crown Guard better here, but maybe his thought is that, you know, we might be playing towards a carry that needs the damage from Death Cap. Death Cap, obviously, one of the best AP items that you can get in TFT. Just because I mean, the stats on it are just so nice, especially if you're going to play towards something like a Rise this game, which maybe is the idea. We'll see. He hasn't put anything in planner yet, so he's playing pretty flexibly and, you know, continuing his loss streak. I mean, also, like I said, maybe if he's thinking about like a Veigar game, then these are the slams. Certainly, you don't want to not make a... I'm curious. Yeah, put something in planner here, Spencer, because I'm lost. I mean, maybe he's still thinking about Hui. Yeah, it looks kind of like he's still thinking about Hui reroll. I think Morello's is not that bad on Hui reroll, but I think he might want a little bit more damage here if he's playing around Hui roll here. But yeah, not interested in the Veigar, really. Item-wise here, I feel like you just take a... Ooh, we're taking Bow here for Nashers, I guess? I mean, Shojin Nashers, Death Cap, very solid damage items. We are going to be a little bit low on tank items here if we go for this, but we'll see there. This was on a Rakan, so it's not like we care about the unit that much. We're going to roll here a bit on 7 to try to find a bit more of our board. We pick up a Morgana, who's a decent random in here. Some Karmas, one Karma as well, and a lot of good pairs here. We can actually, the Spark here feels really good onto the Morgana, and then we can make Vow. Yeah, wow, we got Vow off of our What Doesn't Kill You here for the 8 loss streak. Seems great. But yeah, like we have our Rakan pair here. We have Nasus pair if we want it as well. Interested? Yeah, I actually really like holding both here in this situation because hitting one of these. Ooh, okay, we are gonna sell Nasus. All right, because it is expensive to hold the Nasus pair. It's just like hitting any of these does really stabilize our front line. But yeah, it looks like we're angling pretty hard towards a blaster setup here with Hui. It looks like Spencer values this comp a decent bit. I mean, it's a scary spot to be in. At least we have this Morgana here, who's a pretty tanky unit, and then we have these Rakans that the more I think about it, maybe it makes more sense to hold a Rakan pair over holding Nasus, just because we've already hit a Bard 2, we've already hit this Morgana, we have a Zillion on bench. Like, it's very likely that we're just going to be playing around a Preserver frontline instead of a Shapeshifter frontline, so who really cares about Nasus? I understand. Yeah, and we're even just going to sell the Nasus here to hold onto a Swain instead, because Swain actually fits in for Frost here with the Zillion as well. That'll be interesting to see how the board pieces together, because right now, our board does not look too hot. We just... I have very little frontline here. Galio being your main frontline is really scary. At least we have the Morgana here, who I feel like really brings it together. Ooh, and we get punished a little bit. You know, when you go for all these damage items early, you open yourself up to the possibility of low rolling and getting more damage items later. We built 3 damage items and then had really just 1 tank item built. And then we took the Spark from, which is not even that much of a tank item, but now we get more damage item drops. Now we're going to have to look at either duo carrying someone like a Bard, or we're going to have to look at using these Reforgers, which, you know, if we can Reforge into, say, like a TG or something, that can be solid frontline. If we can Reforge into like a Steadfast, or even like a Sterax, it's not too bad. All right, but I mean, this is our spot. We pivoted our board to 4 Preserver here. Last Augment. Avenge of the Fallen still sucks. You have my sword, not very good. Duo Q, I don't really want an Econ Augment, though. I would like damage, or just combat here. Unified looks pretty good. Yeah, I like Unified here. All right, and... Okay, so... kind of moment of truth, right? What are we doing in this game? Because we only have 3 Huis at this point. We can go level 8. We have 30 gold to roll plus our entire bench to roll with. We also did get all these AD items. Could it ever be like a pivot? He's holding onto this Karma and this Fiora, like a Karma Fiora type board. I mean, I'd really... Ooh... Vex pair and a few Mordekaisers. He is going to level here for the Vex, which means we're kind of abandoning, I think, this idea of actually playing around Hui reroll. And I assume we're playing for more of like, yeah, like a Karma Fiora type idea. I mean, these items do pretty well onto Fiora. You'd like to just get some kind of healing, maybe like either a GS Hodge or a BTLW. I would be fine with either one. But yeah, you just want some kind of healing at some point on this Fiora. Even like Edge of Night is quite big on her as well. But hey, we're going to win this fight. Hui 2, very, very smart from Spencer to not pivot out of the Hui 2 yet, because we just don't have enough. Ooh, Melio is often really, really easy to fit on these type of boards. I mean, he fits beautifully onto the board right now already, because we have the Bard and the Rakan on the board. And boom, we pick up Karma 2. Now that we have Karma 2, we're going to pivot the board. We're going to get the Melio in like we talked about. And this is going to be our board for now. We don't have the Fiora in just yet, and I mean, we're still holding on to Fiora pair, but maybe we'll see. But yeah, I'm excited to see how this board does, because Karma carry is Karma's a carry that I think a lot of people are not that hyped about right now. She's really flying under the radar compared to a lot of the other stuff, like Varus, like a lot of the reroll comps. That's a Fiora 2 with Sword. Do you ever just go that for the Fiora 2? Looks like he's just gonna guarantee, okay, bow here for red buff, perhaps? Just wants to guarantee the heal cut, because we don't have that at this point. That Hodge is fake on Morgana. That's a Melio item, right? And so is the Archangel. Yeah, boom, there's Fiora 2. So now we can play that over the Galio. But yeah, now we end up in this kind of awkward spot. Okay, so yeah, it is red buff for the Melio. Just wanted to guarantee heal cut. We end up in a bit of an awkward spot where the board, we have very little frontline, right? We're forced to frontline this Cassiopeia, which I kind of like. She's going to get a little bit of tankiness from Unified. She's going to, you know, apply Witchcraft. It's not so bad, but you just need a bit more frontline on this board. That is the big challenge that I feel like I always have when I'm playing around Karma. If you don't high roll something like a Nasus 2, is that like, what is our frontline in this spot? And I think Spencer's also having that exact same problem here. He's saying, what is my frontline? Fiora is not that much of frontline. He high rolled the Morgana earlier, and that's a little bit of frontline. But even with the high roll of Morgana, we're still pretty broke, or pretty low frontline here. Considering potentially playing the 4 Witchcraft here, that is a bit more frontline once again, but you lose out on 4 Preserver and Scholar for our Melio. I can't imagine that's correct. Man, this red buff Melio I feel like is so good, actually. Its items, like this makes our frontline even tankier with items onto the Morgana, especially because we can get more items onto Fiora later. This Melio unit after the buffs just feels so good. That is Nico pair here. Maybe this could be our level up, but leveling up for a Nico pair doesn't sound that good. We'll see, though. There's a Camille in shop, but it's a little hard to fit Camille here, especially with the idea of like, okay, when will we actually get like Camille 2? Ooh, a Briar here, if you want to call her that. Okay, so we do have the BT as an option here for the Fiora. BT, I mean, just BT IE or BT Hodge. I'm curious. I've had some IE Fioras kind of pop off, but I wonder what he wants to go for here. I imagine these are Fiora items, but we'll see. Oh, he's looking at Reforge, actually. Reforging the BT finds Adaptive Helm for Melio and then just TG for Fiora. Wow. That is a crazy Reforge to me, but he really just wanted to look for a last Melio item, it looks like. He really values getting that item on Melio. I think his idea is that, you know, if I find a Melio item here, I can always just farm more items for Fiora off the Melio, and he's really just playing around this Melio unit. I mean, it makes sense, and now we can actually look at potentially leveling next round, right? We've made it through a little bit of the storm. We have Camille pair here, which is really nice, so smart on him to hold it. And yeah, at this point, we're getting 4 Witchcraft. Cut out of the Bard at this point. We lose Scholar, but we do gain 4 Witchcraft, and you kind of need to play Shapeshifter for this Briar here, and it's more frontline. We kind of got there. Wow, I really like how Spencer actually played his stage 4. I think this board that he put together was certainly the strongest board that he could have with the units that he got, and now his board looks not bad, and I really love the prioritization on getting items on Melio, because I mean, it's similar to like last set where you'd like, you know, you'd prioritize getting an item onto Ornn, because getting items on Ornn is going to farm items on other unit, except, you know, Ornn is even more so that. Camille 2 here is huge, and oh my god, the champ duplicator that we pick up with the Morgana. Now we have Morgana 2, and all of a sudden our board starts to look really good. The only thing is I'd love to get an item onto Camille now, so that we can farm more items onto her with Melio, because he's casting so frequently. Like, our board is actually gonna be so high cap if we can just get one item for Camille here. I mean, eventually we'll get items on her regardless, I guess, but just anything so that she gets prioritized for Melio items would be big, because Melio does prioritize units with more items. So yeah, and hey, top 5. BT looks great, or LW, I guess, but I like BT. Yeah, we did actually take a 3-cost BT instead of a 4-cost BT, which is a little bit sad, but I mean, we wanted to guarantee that we were on the same side as it, so it's okay. And yeah, this is huge, because now we are going to get prioritized Ooh, wow. I'm actually blown away by this this call here to put item on Morgan instead of Camille. I don't like it. I wonder what the call is. I really thought the idea was put BT on Camille. She's gonna, oh, and he's holding the Reforger there. I think he might have realized that that was not it. Because yeah, I think BT on Camille is so much better. You have this Milia who's almost insta-casting here. If you put BT on Camille, he's instantly farming an item for her and for Morgana. Now she's actually not getting prioritized here. It's just going to go to, I think, a random unit. Maybe it prioritizes star level. I guess we can look at the fight and see. But yeah, well, he's not removing this turn. So hey, maybe we're just, I mean, maybe his idea is that we can look for a Morgana item later and then move the item down, but still, like, who's Melio farming for here? Yeah, like getting item on Cassiopeia here instead of Camille feels so bad to me. But I guess, I mean, obviously getting a third item onto Morgana too isn't too bad in any way. Like, you can't be too mad about having a third item on a Morgana 2 here. And yeah, we're 31 HP win streaking. I mean, all right, so I was curious how you stabilize this board. I mean, part of it is find a Morgana 2 on level 9, push levels using Fiora. I liked how we frontlined some units earlier, and then also playing around this Nico, and then just getting the 4 Witchcraft board with the Nico, I think, was so smart. And then just getting out of some of the Preservers, because 4 Witchcraft just fits so much better. I think it makes a lot of sense. I just want something on Camille here. Renan's Guardbreaker, maybe? I like, there are better items out there, but I just want something on Camille here. Rakan, okay. Maybe Spencer thinks Camille sucks, is what I'm noticing watching this game so far. I mean, because we could have a 2-item Camille in each of these fights. I mean, she's not doing anything with 1 item. I feel like Camille is quite an item-dependent unit, so like I think it makes sense that with 1 item she's not doing much. We do stomp the Vagar board, which is big. YBY1 goes down here, who I need to do a YBY VOD review, actually, because this guy is like almost rank 1 global. He might even be rank 1 global right now. Maybe I'll do that as my next VOD review. Spencer here just rolling down. He's spending a lot of gold here, but he knows we're this late into the game. I just need to roll down for a good charm every round. I don't need to go 10. 10 is so fake in a spot like this. Even, you know, like Bard would be a great in, and I'm holding Bard on my bench here, but I don't want to lose a fight randomly because I didn't roll for a charm because I wanted to greed for this Bard and then like lose the game because of that. Because every person that you beat here, I mean, that's guaranteeing placements, and it also stops them from having the possibility of like high rolling a charm down the line. Forge and Remover here, I mean, you can't take that, right? You're digging for combat charm, right? He's looking at, I'm not sure what he's looking at actually. Huh. Okay, Salvager, not great either. It's just funny because we rolled so aggressively for Charm last round, and this round it almost seemed like more of an afterthought. I mean, he's holding on to some extra Morganas. I don't know why. I guess he's holding on. Ooh, this is kind of a, oh, okay. Well, he doesn't do it anymore. Holding on to the Poppy was a kind of a genius idea with the possibility of getting the charm that gives you +1 to your most active trait. You get 5 Witchcraft, and then you throw the Poppy and you get 6 Witchcraft. That would actually be really smart. Also, we're going into Carousel, so there's a possibility of getting that as well. Just gonna take Declaw here to get another item onto the Rakan here, which makes sense. And yeah, I assume we just, maybe, ooh, we're just gonna go for the level here. Okay, just for Warrior here, gonna move Spark. Oh, gonna move the Declaw over there and then move Vow onto Rakan. I think that makes sense, right? Especially into this Vagar board. We can't kid around versus Vagar. Vagar is very, very strong, and he only gets stronger. So we'll see if we can actually beat this Vagar board, because this is, you know, getting to the point in the game where this board should be almost unbeatable towards a normal board. And yeah, this fight looks a little rough. We were down a charm this round. We are level 10 here, so we'll see. Another Briar, not amazing. Back row Star, kind of annoying. That's Briar 2, but we can't actually buy it. You can unmake Fiora, and yeah, I think this is genius. Unmake the Fiora here. We're gonna move the Yuumi up here, and then yeah, just TG the Briar. Yeah, ideally we would have checked what items it was, but I mean, it's probably always going on to Briar here. And okay, I mean, this is a big upgrade. We got the back row Star. I don't know who it ended up going on here. I didn't see. Hopefully this is enough to win, and it looks like it is. Wow. I mean, great game from Spencer here, playing around, I would say like a little bit less of a common line, but really like beautifully played. I really like how he played this game. I love that end of stage 4, early stage 5. I think the call to get out of vertical preserver and get into 4 Witchcraft was genius, and actually probably saved his entire game. I think if he hadn't done that, he would have been so low this entire game. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. If you're still here, go subscribe to my Metafy group. We only got one more day after today. Sunday is the deadline for their Metafy like contest thing to try to get signups. So go sign up there if you want to get access to discounted coaching. You get access to all of my coaching VODs. And yeah, okay, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.